Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhan Dhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Gaur Pimanandi. Jayam Śiśupāla Paramahamsa Tri Vrajagacharya Stotra Satta Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Chalabai Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki
Jai.
Skandiviti Founder Acharyas Divine Grace Sri Prabhupada Ki
Jai.
Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki
Jai.
Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki,
Jai.
Harinama Sankirtana ki,
Jai.
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki,
Jai.
Janitai Gaura Premanandi.
Hari Hari Bol.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Sri Guru and to Sri Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada ki.
Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Parakamalam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Scha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanditam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Vyaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Dharam Chaiva Narottamam
Dharam Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudirayat.
Tato Jayamudirayat.
Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a very means of conquest, let us first offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, unto Nara, Narayan Rishi, the supremmost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayesabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttamaśloke
Bhagavati Uttamaśloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki.
By regularly hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam and by rendering a service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome within the heart becomes destroyed or practically to nil, and a loving devotional service unto the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, becomes established as an irrevocable fact. Idam Bhagavatam Nama
Idam Bhagavatam Nama.
Puranam Brahma Samhitam
Puranam Brahma Samhitam.
Uttamaśloka Charitam
Uttamaśloka Charitam.
Sakara Bhagavan Rishi
Sakara Bhagavan Rishi.
Nishreyasaya Lokasya
Nishreyasaya Lokasya.
Dhamyam Swastyayanam Mahat.
Dhanyam Svasayanam Namah.
This Srimad Bhagavatam, known as the Grantaraj, the king of all Vedic literatures, is the literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by the incarnation of God, the Srila Vyasadeva. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda.
Sri Advaita Gadadhara
Sri Advaita Gadadhar.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Surabhyay Namaha.
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 Mukham karoti vācanam tvāngam langayate girim yat kripatamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Yat kripatamaham bande Sri Gurum Dinataranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Welcome to our morning Bhagavatam class, continuing Canto number 1, chapter 10. Text number
29.
9. Yes, yesterday we covered 2 texts. Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā yash charita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ ya vīrya-śulkena svayaṁvare pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā yascharita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ ya vīrya-śulkena svayaṁvare pramatya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā yascharita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ ya vīrya-śulkena svayaṁvare pramatya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā yascharita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ ya vīrya-śulkena svayaṁvare pramatya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā yascharita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare. Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ. pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā. Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ.
Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ. Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ. pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā.
pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā.
Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ.
Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ.
Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ.
Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ.
pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā.
pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā.
Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ.
Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ.
vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ.
Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ.
pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā.
pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā.
Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ.
Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ.
Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Ya vīrya-śulkena hṛtāḥ svayaṁvare.
Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ. Pramathya caidya-pramukhān śuṣmiṇaḥ. pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā.
pradyumna-sāmbāmba-sutādayo parā. Yascha-rita bhauma-vadhe sahasraśaḥ. Ya,
Ya,
the lady.
the lady.
Vīrya,
Vīrya,
prowess.
pravis,
Śulkena,
śulkena,
by payment of the price.
by payment of the price.
Hṛtāḥ,
Hṛtāḥ,
taken away by force.
taken away by force.
Svayaṁvare,
Svayaṁvare,
in the open selection
in the open selection
of the bridegroom.
for the bridegroom.
Pramathya,
Pramathya,
harassing.
harassing.
Caidya,
Caidya,
King Śiśupāla.
King Śiśupāla.
Pramukhān,
Pramukhān,
headed by.
headed by.
He positively.
Positively.
śuṣmiṇaḥ,
śuṣmiṇaḥ,
all very powerful.
all very powerful.
Pradyumna,
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 Kṛṣṇa's son.
Kṛṣṇa's son.
Sāmba,
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 Amba,
Amba,
Amba.
Amba,
Sūta-ādayah,
Sūta-ādayah,
children.
children.
Aparaha,
Aparaha,
other ladies.
other ladies.
Yaha,
Yaha,
those.
those.
Cha,
Cha,
also.
also.
Aritaha,
Aritaha,
similarly brought.
similarly brought.
Bhauma-vadhe,
Bhauma-vadhe,
after killing kings.
after killing kings.
sahasraśaḥ,
sahasraśaḥ,
by the thousands.
by the thousands.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Sridham Prabhupada ki.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.
The children of these ladies are pradyumna, Sāmba, Amba, etc. Ladies like Rukmiṇī, Satyabhāmā and Jāmbavatī were forcibly taken away by him from their svayaṁvara ceremonies after he defeated many powerful kings headed by Śiśupāla. And other ladies were also forcibly taken away by him after he killed Bhaumāsura and thousands of his assistants. All of these ladies are glorious. Kindly repeat after me. The children of these ladies
The children of these ladies
are pradyumna,
are pradyumna,
Sāmba,
Sāmba,
Amba,
Amba,
etc.
etc.
Ladies like Rukmiṇī,
Ladies like Rukmiṇī,
Satyabhāmā,
Satyabhāmā
and Jāmbavatī
and Jāmbavatī
were forcibly taken away
were forcibly taken away
by him
by him
from their svayaṁvara ceremonies
from their svayaṁvara ceremony
after he defeated
after he defeated
many powerful kings
many powerful kings
headed by Śiśupāla.
headed by Śiśupāla.
And other ladies
And other ladies
were also forcibly taken away
are also forcibly taken away
by him
by him
after he killed Bhaumāsura
after he killed Bhaumāsura
and thousands of his assistants.
and thousands of his assistants.
All of these ladies are glorious.
All the ladies are glorious.
Purport. Exceptionally qualified daughters of powerful kings were allowed to make a choice of their own bridegrooms in open competition. And such ceremonies were called svayaṁvara, or selection of the bridegroom. Because the svayaṁvara was an open competition between the rival and valiant princes, such princes were invited by the father of the princess, and usually there were regular fights between the invited princely order in a sporting spirit. But it so happened that sometimes the belligerent princes were killed in such marriage fighting, and the victorious prince was offered the trophy princess for whom so many princes died. Rukmiṇī, the principal queen of Lord Kṛṣṇa, was the daughter of the king of Vidarbha, who wished that his qualified and beautiful daughter be given away to Lord Kṛṣṇa. But his eldest brother wanted her to be given away to King Śiśupāla, who happened to be a cousin of Kṛṣṇa. So there was open competition, and as usual, Lord Kṛṣṇa emerged successful after harassing Śiśupāla and other princes by his unrivaled prowess. Rukmiṇī had 10 sons like pradyumna. There were other queens also taken away by Lord Kṛṣṇa in a similar way. Full description of this beautiful booty of Lord Kṛṣṇa will be given in the 10th Canto. There were 16,100 beautiful girls who were daughters of many kings and were forcibly stolen by Bhaumāsura, who kept them captive in his carnal desire. These girls prayed piteously to Lord Kṛṣṇa for their deliverance, and the merciful Lord, called by their fervent prayer, released them all by fighting and killing Bhaumāsura. All these captive princesses were then accepted by the Lord as his wives, although in the estimation of society, they were all fallen girls. The all-powerful Lord Kṛṣṇa accepted the humble prayers of these girls and married them with the adoration of queens. So, altogether, Lord Kṛṣṇa had 16,108 queens at Dvārakā, and in each of them he begot 10 children. All these children grew up, and each had as many children as their father. The aggregate of the family numbered in the millions. Hare Krishna. Translation again. The children of these ladies are Pradyumna, Sāmba, Amba, etc. Ladies like Rukmiṇī, Satyabhāmā and Jāmbavatī were forcibly taken away by him from their svayaṁvara ceremonies after he defeated the many powerful kings headed by Śiśupāla. And the other ladies were also forcibly taken away by him after he killed Bhaumāsura and thousands of his assistants. All of these ladies are glorious. So we get a glimpse of how things used to be in the days when Vedic culture and the whole system of monarchy, this special reference to monarchs who were very powerful individuals. They were powerful because of many reasons. One is they were trained, properly trained from a young age. And also they were born already with so many samskaras. They were, this is a whole subject matter which we don't even know in modern day society, that from birth we are meant to have already acquired many good things if we properly live, if we properly follow the Vedic system. In other words, when parents, it all begins actually with having very responsible parents who also had responsible parents, and going back many generations. That's why in the Vedic culture, we were reading this the other day, the history lineage of the family lineage, and actually that is one of the 4 criterias that is mentioned by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by Srila Prabhupada also. One of the 4 ways by which we can understand an individual. Who's your father? Who's your father's father? Who's your father's father's father? Going back many generations, generally 7 generations, one should have parents, grandparents, great-grandparents who have actually performed the various samskaras. then there will be good progeny. Just like we have, what's it called? Pitigri. What's the word pitigri? Look it up. Pitigri. Yeah. You're familiar with this word, pitigri? Look it up. You should actually, because in Kazakhstan they have horses. So generally this is like it has to do with the breed, good breed. Those who are, previously people didn't have cars, but they had horses. That was a mode of transportation. So it means that you would breed horses, what is called a thoroughbred, purebred. The whole Varnashram system is connected also with this whole aspect that Brahmanas should marry between Brahmanas, Kshatriyas between Kshatriyas, like that. Kali Yuga, not at all followed. So the idea is that when there is purity, the whole Krishna consciousness is all about purity, how to purify consciousness. But our consciousness will become more easily purified when we are also following these different samskaras. The samskaras are meant to actually keep us both physically, psychologically, and spiritually strong, fit, pure, pitigri. Did you find it?
I'm searching.
Not there, huh?
Yes.
It's there, but pitigri, I'm not sure how you... Pitigri. At least try to find pitigri. P-I-T-I, something like that.
Yes.
So that is why one of the primary purpose of the Krishna consciousness movement actually is to create a situation where we will have very, very qualified individuals. Very, we read, we're getting a glimpse here of how qualified this we find, especially in royal families. Royal families are meant to maintain this kind of purity.
Pedigree means an official record of the parents, grandfather, and grandmothers.
There you go. Yes.
Official record of generation.
Yes, official record. Who is mentioning how in now practically it's not being done, but it used to be. If you go to Haridwar, or if you go to some of the old places where, especially maybe like Kumbh Mela, Prayag, and such places that have been performing various rituals for generations and generations. So it used to be that whenever, let's say, family members would go there, then there are some priests, some brahmanas, who are especially, that is their seva, that is their service. They keep the records. They will ask, okay, what's your name? And okay, and your gotra, like this, they will ask different questions. Then they will look in their books. They maintain book, physical book that goes back many generations. Yes. That used to be the case. Nowadays, it's like, it's practically non-existent. So we can see, of course, in the case of these, the queens, various queens, from the very beginning, Prabhupada is making this point here, that exceptionally qualified daughters of powerful kings. They had, so this svayaṁvara was only four very, very highly qualified daughters of kings. So the ladies in Hastinapur, they are remembering some of the prominent queens of Lord Krishna who had very powerful sons as well. So, in other words, Vedic culture simultaneously is meant to help us become qualified and become purified, both on the material level as well as on the spiritual level. And that is only possible when we follow, put into practice the recommended processes that are given in the Shastra. So there's a whole description of this actually in the 7th canto of the Bhagavatam, when Narada Muni discusses the topic of varnashrama dharma. There are different names actually for different classes of people. The normal system, the norm, means what is meant to be the most natural, is that people they follow the rules and regulations that are prescribed for someone who is either Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra. But nowadays, no one is even in those categories, isn't it? It's like all, we could say, well, in India they call it outcast. Of course, that has a particular connotation, but without looking at that, in a general way, there are these four divisions. Shastra and our acharyas refer to them as caste, although in modern day society, people, because there's so many negative connotations to the whole, what do we call, caste system. But actually the so-called original, we could say, caste system of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra is something that is natural because it is created. It is created based on what? Based on the modes of material nature, isn't it? As Kṛṣṇa explains in the Bhagavad Gita. So it is not somebody's creation. Some people think that at some particular time or point, this system was introduced or established, for the purpose of exploiting. Because if I'm in a superior caste, then the other castes are under me, are meant to serve me, like that. But that is the improper understanding of the original, what we call system of varna and ashrama. And this can only be understood if we hear from authoritative sources. Means if we hear from acharyas, if we hear especially from Vaishnava acharyas. And this in many ways remains, of course, in modern day society, whether it's in India, maybe especially in India, because the whole system of varna and ashrama has been, we could say, in difficulty, has been a controversial subject matter for not only many years, not only many decades, but many centuries. Yeah, for even going back thousands of years, going back to the time of Lord Buddha. Practically speaking, the whole of Kali Yuga has not properly been able to, you could say, implement that original pure system of varna and asrama. So there are so many references, especially in the Bhagavatam and other shastras as well. And so it's important to understand the purpose. What is the purpose? Is to make actually people qualified. Arya. What is Arya meaning? Arya. 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 In India they have the Arya Samaj.
Arya Samaj.
Arya Samaj. Okay. Yeah. Arya.
Civilized man.
Huh?
Civilized man.
Civilized man.
Civilized. Yes. Why civilized men? Civilized people. Yeah, civilized. Yes, those who are knowing about dharma. Yeah. Civilized for, according to Shastra, if one doesn't know about dharma, if one doesn't follow the principles of religiosity, then he's considered non-Arya. He's considered animal. I mean, animal means lower consciousness. Animals are in a lower consciousness. Animals cannot understand about dharma, isn't it? So therefore, that is the difference between those who are actually having understanding of dharma, means developing a higher level of consciousness, and therefore knowing how to properly deal with, for example, the material world, the material energy, how to deal with other human beings, how to deal and how to respect other forms of life, isn't it? In Vedic culture, when the word Prajapati, you know the word Prajapati. So what is meaning of Praja? Prajapati. Prajapati means father of Praja, right? He's responsible for Praja. And what, in Vedic culture, what does Praja mean?
Means
Population.
my kingdom population.
Praja means population.
Praja means, yes, those who are born in my kingdom, those who are born in my country. So it's not only humans who are born, the animals are born, the trees are born, all living entities are born, so therefore that is part of Praja. And therefore the Prajapati or the king, the person responsible, must protect all those who are born in his kingdom. Therefore, we have what is called flawed constitutions. In every country, there's a constitution. When a country, a country is established based on a particular, constitution, guidelines, where they have different laws that are formulated, etc. Practically speaking, all the constitutions in the world are flawed. Flawed means what? Wrong. Flaw. Flaw means something is wrong. What is wrong in the constitutions? The absence of dharma. Yeah, because most constitutions are written in what is called, what Kṛṣṇa refers to as flowery language. Like the Vedas are filled with so many different verses that what's called the flowery language of the Vedas. The constitutions around the world are also having flowery language. Means they talk in a very nice way. They say how in our country we will follow the principles of equality, of friendship, and like that. But in the name of that is part of the Constitution, in the name of equality and friendship, we are not friendly with certain living entities because we're killing them, isn't it? So in other words, it is very incomplete understanding. It is wrong understanding because the basics of dharma are not there. And so in the Vedic culture, it is very clearly established that a kshatriya, here we're talking about the ladies in Hastinapur are glorifying Lord Kṛṣṇa and glorifying his family, the queens, and their children. So they are glorified, they are powerful because they follow the principles of dharma. And that is why anyone who is meant to be a leader in society must know about dharma. Must know about dharma. What's the different meanings of dharma? Dharma means especially laws, isn't it? Laws of nature, laws that have to do with not only our spiritual well-being, but laws that have to do also with our material well-being. In other words, Shastra is that's why we recite in the beginning of the Bhagavatam how the knowledge in the Shastra is actually perfect and complete because it is given by Kṛṣṇa. So therefore, when we study that perfect and complete knowledge, then we are meant to also have a perfect and complete understanding of what we should do in all different realms of life, in all different situations, whether it's construction, whether it is organizing society, whether it is growing food, etc., etc. All this knowledge is there in the Shastra. So we can also take another. Any comments on this? Yes.
In the purport, we have seen the Danam. Bhaumāsura captured 16,100 princes.
Yes.
Then Kṛṣṇa fight with them and release.
Yes.
So, what was the 16,100 king was doing? They not try to beat.
They
They are not able to beat because
yeah.
in Vedic, in glimpse of Vedic culture, we study them. The kings are very powerful. They do not accept any types of these activities.
Yes. So the idea is that some kings are more powerful than other kings. So generally, those who are more powerful, they defeat those who are less powerful. So there are there are powerful kings who are asuric. I mean, Ravana was very powerful. Hiranyakashipu, they're all very powerful. I mean, he was so powerful that the demigods were afraid of him. They were hiding. So, yeah, in this particular case, that means that this Bhaumāsura was more powerful than, so he defeated all of these other kings. When you defeat your enemies, even though you are not following dharma, then you steal their wealth, you steal their land, etc. Yeah. So that's always just like nowadays, isn't it? Nowadays we see they're not at all kshatriyas, but the various leaders in society, in different countries, they're very powerful, and therefore they are, due to their power, they are allowing and introducing all kinds of, we could say, activities which are adharmic, because they are not actual leaders in the true sense of what a kshatriya leader is meant to be. Because a kshatriya, when we use the term kshatriya to mean Raja Rishi, Rajarshi, isn't it? So in modern day society, they are neither Raja nor Rishi, isn't it? They don't have the actual qualifications of real king. They've not been trained. They've not been trained in the material, on the material level, nor have they been trained on the spiritual level. So therefore, it is what it is. It is extremely chaotic condition in the world today. And therefore, what is the remedy? What is the solution? Dharma samsthapanarthaya, to reestablish the principles of dharma. And those principles of dharma are established generally by kings, under the guidance of qualified brahmanas. Yeah. So both these two positions within society are presently in difficulty, and therefore the whole mission, when Srila Prabhupada went to the West, as we know, was to reestablish these cultures, beginning with the proper Brahminical culture. When we have proper brahmanas who actually understand, and Srila Prabhupada was having that very clear vision, that first we train up individuals who have very clear understanding of what is Vedic culture. And clear understanding of Vedic culture means that not only there will be brahmanas in society who are qualified, but there will be kshatriyas who are qualified, vaishyas who are qualified, and shudras who are qualified. So therefore, this this is very much a part of the mission of the Krishna consciousness movement, to train individuals, to create a situation where one can receive this proper understanding and training. So anything that requires understanding, anything that requires training, the basis of that is discipline, isn't it? Discipline. And in Kali Yuga, nobody likes to be disciplined. No one likes to follow discipline, because by nature we're in so many ways unqualified. but it doesn't mean that we cannot learn if we put into practice the proper recommendations that are given by Shastra, that are explained by the acharyas, then we can gradually begin to ourselves become disciplined, become qualified, and the whole purpose is that uh, build up gradually through generations to come. We were discussing earlier how an individual inherits. We are born with what we have been cultivating in previous lives. So, for example, the very fact that someone is born in a family where both parents are devotees, that is a tremendous asset, tremendous boon, great advantage. Therefore, in the early days when Prabhupada would see the children of his disciples, he was very, very hopeful and very inspired that these are the future leaders of tomorrow. But unless we properly give them what is needed in terms of education, proper training, etc., then it doesn't happen just automatically. So it's a whole, we could say it's a whole mission. We have our individual mission in terms of trying to develop Krishna consciousness in our individual personal lives, and also in addition to that mission, that in itself is a big mission also, and we are totally responsible for that individually. Nobody can help us to to advance unless we ourselves take personal responsibility. Of course, others can be there to assist in different ways. So that is our first mission, individually to be disciplined, to advance in Krishna consciousness. And what is the second mission? Second mission is para upakar. Yeah. Bharata bhumite hoila manusya janamazar janma sarthak kori. Sarthak kori means individually we endeavor to advance, and kara para upakar, perform. Para upakar means welfare activities. Welfare activities means spreading Krishna consciousness, correct, yeah. And spreading Krishna consciousness without varnashrama dharma is not properly understanding what spreading Krishna consciousness is all about. So therefore, the need to hear from Shastra, the need to meditate on what is mentioned in the Shastra, the need to discuss and to apply, to put into practice what we are hearing. Yeah. Any other? That means we should be, Prabhupada explains how one of the basic and fundamental components in spiritual life, he's just repeating actually what Srila Rupa Goswami is explaining, is utsaha. Utsaha means? Excitement.
Enthusiasm.
Utsaha means enthusiasm. Yeah. Yeah. Just like karmis are very enthusiastic about, isn't it? They're very excited about material life, about sense gratification. So we should become more excited than them, more, we can say passionate. Sometimes people will say, unless you have a passion in life, you can't really succeed. So our passion is Krishna consciousness. Our passion is varnashrama dharma. Our passion is getting up in the morning. Oh. At least knowing that the more we are in line, keeping in line with what Srila Prabhupada has given us, what our previous acharyas has given us, then we'll develop, we'll you see, when ordinary people, when non-devotees, ordinary people means non-devotees, when ordinary people come in contact with devotees, what should happen? They should also become devotees, isn't it? They should be like, if you come in contact with someone who has a very serious disease, what will happen? You probably get that disease, yeah. So we want people to get our disease, our good disease of Krishna consciousness. So we should be whatever, and this is possible in whatever activity, whatever service we're doing. We should be excited about doing our cooking this morning, what I will be cooking, how I will be cooking, or whatever, service we are doing. We should be, we should know that we're doing it for Krishna. We should try to do it nicely. We should try to do it what is called conscientiously, with as high level of consciousness as possible. Okay, yeah. Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaura Premanandi.